What's going on? We're back with Chicago Footy Fan TV, and today we have a match reaction for Arsenal 4, Atletico Madrid 0 in the Champions League. We are back for another episode of Balcony Ball Talk. You feel me? I had to come back to the balcony. Obviously, I'm in my work clothes right now. It's very cold in Chicago. That's why I got this coat on. I damn near feel like I'm Blade. If you guys have seen the movie Blade, Wesley Snipes, I'll be feeling like him when I'm wearing this coat right here. But we're not here to talk about that. We're here to talk about the mighty Arsenal, and today we're reacting to the Atletico game. Now, look, we beat them 4-0. Great result, great performance, amazing all around the board. And it was really a fascinating watch for me as well. And I really want to, let's just start with the first half, right? We started the first half amazingly. And even though that first half was a 0-0, it was a very fascinating watch for me. Like looking at the way Arteta set up his team and the way that Simeone set up his team, and just looking at how those two ideologies were clashing was a really fascinating watch for me. And I really loved the fact that the Arsenal players came out fast. They came out energetic, intense, and the pace of play was exactly where I needed to be. I love that. The crowd was behind the team. You could hear it through the screen. Chanting, like it was just a vibrant energy around the Emirates on that Tuesday night, and the boys lived up to the billing that day. Now, talking about that game, that first 10 to 15 minutes, I'm not gonna lie, that was probably one of the best performances I've seen from Arsenal in a long time, in a very long time. Like we were on it. Atletico Madrid couldn't get near us. We just looked bigger, faster, stronger than all of their players. And that's the level of intensity and the level of energy that I need on a more consistent basis to start games. Within the first 5 minutes, we had a chance to score where Eze got in at the top of the box, had a shot that deflected, hit the crossbar, and Declan Rice hit the rebound and it went right over the bar. That should have been a goal right there. And we were just playing very direct. I really loved the way Timber was trying to find Saka in behind. I loved the way Eze was trying things. I just feel like since the Newcastle game, I feel like Arteta has made it clear to the guys that we need to play a little bit more direct. And I'm loving it. Like, even if we lose, even if the passes don't come off, I would much rather I would much rather the players try and complete these hard passes and try to play direct into our wingers, into our striker, as opposed to slowly building up, playing that U-shaped horseshoe football, just passing for passing's sake. Like, I would rather take a risk and it not pay off than just not take the risk at all. So I love the fact that our players are actually moving the ball quickly, moving it fast, playing direct, and trying to get in behind. And now, even though we didn't score in that first half was brilliant for me for a number of reasons. Now, the first 10 to 15 minutes, like I said, we started like a house on fire. I just wish that we could have scored. Like, when we're on top of teams, this happens so much that we're on top of teams. The one thing I will say is when we are on top, we need to get these goals, man. Like, goals change games. And if we are able to get goals while we're in the ascendancy in the game, it's going to make so much of a difference to the how the game is going to be played out. Because if we were to get an early goal against Atletico, we saw once we scored that first goal, which we will get into in a bit, they had to come out a bit more, and then the floodgates start to open. We start to get 2, 3, 4. So if we're able to get these goals a little bit early on, the games are going to open up for us much earlier in the game than they do. Now, you know, we were on top of them for the first 10 to 15 minutes. And then Atletico, as they should, they're a great team. They're a very mature team with a seasoned manager in Diego Simeone. They started to grow into the game a bit as well. And I think that we showed a lot of maturity to hang in there and still hang in the game and not concede. There were a couple moments there. David Raya was messing around with the ball and almost conceded to Julian Alvarez. And then I believe Alvarez had a shot that hit the crossbar as well. So Alvarez was their danger man. He's a player, man. That guy is a baller. Definitely, for me, one of the top strikers in the world. And even early on in the game, he was dropping deep and he was kind of causing trouble for us because he was coming into the midfield, picking up the ball, and he was kind of breaking our press down because nobody was coming in and tracking him when he was coming into the midfield. Luckily, it didn't. We didn't end up getting hurt by it, but that was definitely something to watch out for. And that's another thing that made it such an interesting watch for me. Even that first half, even though it was 0-0, I thought the tactical battle was amazing. I thought that Atletico tried to press us. They tried to press us man for man. Like they tried to send all of their players up the pitch and press us. But if you do that, you can't do. I'm not gonna lie. You gotta get. Wait, no, hold on. Atletico Madrid was trying to press us. Atletico Madrid was trying to press us man for man at a certain point, all the way up the pitch, like from the goal kick. They were pressing us, and they couldn't get anywhere near us at a certain point. We were playing through them pretty well, and then I also loved our press against theirs. Like they could not play through our press by any means. Zubimendi and Rice were cleaning everything up. And then there was another opportunity we had in the first half where where Zubimendi won the ball and we won it like in their third. And I forget who had the opportunity to score, but they missed it. But it's just like they were actually trying to play through our press and it was not working. Like we were eating up everything. And that's why I love our midfield. We have dual winners in there. We have ball winners. And I really loved Zubimendi's performance. Even though he got a yellow card in that first half, he showed a lot of maturity to still stay in the game because he was all over the pitch in that first half. He was flying into tackles. He was covering ground. And of course, Declan Rice was doing the same thing. But, those two were just like amazing off the ball for us. So yeah, it was a pretty interesting first half, 0-0, but I'm not going to lie to you. Like I wasn't even worried going into halftime. This season, we've been a second half team where we score most of our goals in the second half. So to me, it just felt like it was a matter of time before the goal came. So I was really never worried even going into halftime. But it was a fascinating watch. Now, oh wait, hold on. I have to mention too, Saka. He was terrorizing that left back for Atletico. I don't even know his name, but man, that boy needed some milk. Saka was ripping him to shreds. I'm telling you, like every single time he got the ball in a one-on-one situation, he was getting ripped, just getting bypassed. That boy needed some help, man. You can't, in the Prem, we see these double teams on Saka week in, week out. In the Champions League, it's a little bit more open. Listen, you can't give Saka all that space because he will burn you. And right now, he's looking back to his best, man. I saw a little clip of Saka. He said that one of his favorite players is Neymar. And ever since he said that, or I saw that, I've been seeing a little bit more flair to his game. I don't know. Saka's usually been a pretty, standard baller. Like his first touch is great. Technical ability is always there. He can dribble, but he's never really had any flair to his game. Like I remember a couple seasons ago, I was begging for him to like add a step over to his game. Well, I don't know what he's been working on. Maybe he was training with Neymar or something because he's added a bit of skills to his game this season. He's got some step overs in him, a little hezzy, little drop the shoulder. He's adding some skills and some moves, some tricks and flicks to his game, and I love it. And he's like being really direct. Every time he gets the ball, he just wants to beat his man. I don't know if it's like Nani Madueke coming into the team and he's kind of been taking a part of his game because Nani's very direct, but I really love Saka's energy right now. Like he's looking back to his best, and Saka's one of the best right wingers in the world for me. Put your right winger up against mine, I'm taking mine 9 times out of 10. I'm not gonna lie to you. And I was really just waiting for him to get back into this form because obviously he had that injury last season that kind of derailed him and he hasn't looked back to his best. But I'm telling you, these past couple weeks, he's been looking back to his best. Now, moving on to the second half, we ended up getting a set piece goal, and set piece again, ole ole, Declan Rice with a beautiful delivery to Gabriel, and Gabriel nodded in the header. Now, Declan Rice, man, we have to talk about this guy because he does everything on the pitch, right? He's our Declan Dirty Work Rice. He's running all over the pitch. He's covering ground. He's making that 100-yard sprint back to stop a counterattack, last-ditch tackles, all that. But as a dead ball specialist, this guy, I don't know if there's anybody who has a better delivery from a dead ball in European football besides Declan Rice. He is able to consistently put a level of pace and whip on the ball that is just like unheard of, where it's like it creates chances virtually every time he steps up to take a corner kick or a free kick. It's amazing. And we saw that again with that Gabriel goal where he put it on the plate, and Gabriel, we know what he does. He nods it in. You can't give him that free header like that. Now, once that first goal went in, the floodgates started to open. I think we scored like 3 more goals within the next 5 to 10 minutes, something like that. I don't know, but that's really how games go with us. Like it'll be 0-0 for a little bit, and we'll get that first goal, and then the floodgates will open. That's just how things work, and that's what happened. I think did Martinelli get the second goal? Man, that Miles Lewis Skelly run. Oh my God, that dribble that he had was amazing. I don't think we really have a player in our team that can dribble from our own half and break lines and progress the ball the way Miles Lewis Skelly does. And then he did the hard part, but I'm not gonna lie. Even that last bit when he dribbled past everybody and was gonna pass it to Martinelli, he got the weight of pass perfect for Martinelli to take it one time, open his hip up, and hit that Thierry Henry finish. And Martinelli, I ain't even, you haven't been my favorite player as of late, but I got to hand it to you, man. In the Champions League this year, you've been a bagsman, and I haven't seen a finish like that from you in a while, so I need more from that. I need more of that from you, Martinelli. Amazing finish, and again, that weight of pass. It looks easy, but those are the minor things in football, that the fine margins that can stop you from scoring and not scoring. Having that ball perfectly weighted to Martinelli where he doesn't even have to take a touch, take it first time, and put that whip on it, open his hip up. Stop it. Are you kidding me? So shout out Miles Lewis Skelly. Although I will say, he's a youngster, man. And I will say, like, he had a couple shaky moments defensively. I feel like he's kind of getting found out defensively because he is naturally a midfielder. He's not a center back or a right back or a left back, sorry. So I feel like, he's young, so he doesn't have that maturity to always, or maybe that awareness to always know where to be. There was a play in the first half where one of their players was going to go through, and he like basically held them from making the run, and they would have been basically through on goal. Should have been a yellow card. We kind of got away with it. But, those are the little bits that I'd like to see him clean up in his game. But, man, offensively, this guy is going to be an amazing midfielder for us at some point in the future. Right now, he's filling in at left back. But the way he dribbles and carries the ball, I don't think we have a profile like that in our team. Declan Rice can carry the ball, but the way Skelly does it is just different, man. I don't know. So shout out to Skelly. Martinelli, shout out to you for that finish. That was amazing. And then the final 2 goals were 2 jammy goals by Gyökeres, but we take those. We take those all day. I think Gyökeres really needed that for his confidence. Got a brace in the Champions League, and they all count the same, man. I don't know, people calling them tap-ins. They were tap-ins, but you got to be in that place to score those goals. And besides those goals, I thought Gyökeres played a really good game. I thought his link-up was really good. I thought that he was making really good runs in behind, and he's a handful for defenders. No matter whether he's scoring or not, I feel like him being in the team is really opening up things for Saka as well, because he's always occupying those 2 center backs. So Saka's getting a bit more space to do his thing. And even after he scored those goals, you could see like the confidence. Like, if you've played ball before, like when you're in a drought and you get that goal, like sometimes you just need to see the ball go through the net one time, and then you're back, you're confident, you're in your groove again. And I saw that. He was like, I don't know, like his passes had a little bit more crisp on it, had a little bit more zip on it. You could just see that goal lifted him. So I'm looking forward to the Crystal Palace game to see if he can like bring that form into the Palace game, because we'll need it. And I'd like to see him hit the ground running. So that's basically my match notes real quick. Oh, also shout out to Timber. Timber had a great game. I love Timber, man. He's been he just wins all his tackles, bro. He's so strong. Like, I don't know how sometimes he flies into tackles and he gets the ball every time. Like, he doesn't foul a lot of the times when he's like going into these tackles, and I love, he's such a clean tackler. Even on the ball, he's silky on the ball. I didn't even know that his technical ability on the ball was this good, but it's very good. He's a very quality player, and he's just like standard every single game. He's giving you like a 7, 8 out of 10 minimum. And I also love that he's also being very direct with his passes now as well. He's trying to find Gyökeres. He's trying to find Saka in behind. And even though it doesn't come off, like I said earlier, I like that they're trying. I just want you guys to try. One quick note on Eze. I thought Eze had a bright first half. He had that chance that he took a shot, took a deflection, hit the post, and Declan Rice hit it over the bar. And then he also had a pass. Like, he caught the ball kind of towards like the center circle in the right hand half space, and he played a ball into Saka that would put Saka through one-on-one. Saka probably should have scored, but it was a good save by Oblak. There's not a player in our team that can play that ball, bro. This is why I love the signing of Eze, because he plays those line-splitting passes that will break open a defense. And Odegaard can do that from time to time, but I haven't seen it from him for so long that I feel like we haven't had a player that can play those type of passes since Ozil. And that's just a testament to the level that Eze is playing at. I will say for Eze, he tends to fade a bit during the game. And I would like to see him get on the ball a bit more. Now, I don't know if that's a byproduct of just how we play and he doesn't get as many touches, or if it's just like him actually fading and not showing for the ball as much as he does in the first half. But I have noticed towards like the 50, 60, 70th minute mark, he starts to fade a bit and his impact on the game starts to fade. But he's a brilliant player. I thought he played well. We won 4-0, so there's no complaints there. Now, lastly, I want to talk about Mikel Arteta, okay? Because we slapped up Atletico Madrid 4-0, and Atletico Madrid, they're not no mugs. These are not no mugs in Europe. You know, these are some big boys, and I don't think I can't remember the last time anybody has hit Atletico for 4 goals unresponded. 4-0? Nah, bro. People got a deep. The team that we built right now is to a level where even where we're not at our best will beat most teams in the league, or most teams in Europe. Oh, sorry, when we're not at our best, we're still able to beat most teams in Europe, I think. And, you know, the game against Atletico, we probably were at our peak level in certain points in those games. But there have been other games this season where I feel like we're barely even playing well. We're playing at like a 5 or a 6. But we're still winning games, and that's a testament to the team, the mentality, and the organization that Mikel Arteta has built within this team over the past 5-6 seasons, man. Now, look, I know I have been one of Mikel Arteta's biggest critics as well, you know. But at the end of the day, bro, for anybody out there, this is a PSA for anybody, any Arsenal fan out there that is Arteta out, that wants Arteta sacked, just let the season play out, man. Just let it play out at this season. At this point, there's no reason in shouting about sacking Arteta when we have this well-oiled machine right now. At the end of the season, it's a different story, but let's be real. You can shout about wanting him out all you want, but he's not going to get sacked. And it wouldn't even make sense to sack him in the middle of this campaign. You know, the players are playing for him. He sets out a great game plan. Out of possession, we're probably one of the most well-drilled teams in the world that I've seen. Like, everybody's in sync. Everybody knows where to be on the pitch, and that's because of him. So just let the guy land, man. Like, we have such a good team, and we have such a strong mentality, and this group of players has grown together, honestly. And I really have seen them develop a level of maturity in terms of football, in the footballing sense, where, you know, there were points in that Atletico game where it was 0-0 and Atletico were on top of us, and previous Arsenal teams may have conceded, but we have a level of maturity now where we know how to navigate tricky periods of the game. We know when they're on top of us, let's bunker in, let's defend, get everybody behind the ball, make sure we don't concede, and then we'll get back on top of them. We know how to navigate these games now, and that's down to Mikel Arteta, my guy. So look, I've been his critic. I'm not a happy clapper by any sense of the imagination. I will criticize Arteta when he needs to be criticized, but there's been a clear indication to me that he has told these players to play more direct, play quicker, play more direct, and be more brave on the ball.